This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stifel Financial.
Good evening, Nevada County. I'm Keith Overby, your host for tonight's edition of Nevada County Now. The tour of Nevada City Bike Shop has been a beloved staple of the Nevada City community since 1969 and is starting a new chapter. On January 28th, ownership officially transferred to Chris Green, a lifelong cyclist and owner of Bear Valley Bicycles in Arnold, California. Chris has nearly 30 years of experience in the cycling and outdoor industry. His start was working at bike shops to afford his love for bike racing. But there is another passion. He went on to receive a Shared Technical Emmy Award for his work with the popular GoPro Hero cameras that many sports enthusiasts wear. Chris has built a career blending his love for bikes with innovation and leadership. And we welcome him to our community, and we know he's going to fit in just fine. And speaking of bicycling, the 10th annual Gold Country Challenge is getting ready to happen in a few months. This is a ride through the historic gold mining country of western Nevada County. Now, the race isn't until June 7th, but the registration is open now. There are several rides to choose from, starting at 18 miles all the way up to 100 miles. Check out the RotaryGoldCountryChallenge.com website for all the details. Now don't go away. We're going to take a short sponsor break and we'll be right back.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, folks, it is that time of year again, the time when the daffodils are in full display, the weather can be 70 degrees one day and snowing the next, and the time when we are about to change our clocks. This time of year, we put our clocks forward, or spring them forward, is how many remember what to do. Don't forget to change them on Saturday night before going to bed, so you can wake up feeling like you got enough sleep. Now, before all the groans about losing an hour of sleep and that the change itself is outdated, let's take just a moment to learn a few things. Daylight savings time was first started in 1916 during World War II in Germany. To save fuel. The U.S. followed in 1918. This time change would extend daylight hours, thus reducing the need for artificial lighting in homes and businesses, especially during the evening when people are typically awake and active, thereby conserving energy resources crucial for the war effort. Now today, this is still the general reason for keeping daylight savings time. Proponents generally argue that it saves energy, promotes outdoor leisure activity in the evening, mostly in the summer, and is therefore good for physical and psychological health. They agree that it also reduces traffic accidents, reduces crime, and is good for business. Opponents argue the actual energy savings are inconclusive. Now, if we did away with daylight savings time, we would experience earlier sunrises and earlier sunsets all year. This is because we would stay on standard time, which is the time used during the winter. In the summer, it would mean our sunsets would be earlier, say around 7:30 p.m. in June. And so, another round of daylight savings time comes, creating a path of confused humans, disgruntled pets, and microwave clocks that will forever blink the wrong time. We may never truly understand why we do this, but one thing is certain, for the next few weeks, we'll all be showing up either an hour early or an hour late to our scheduled appointments. Now don't go away. We'll be right back.
One of our goals as an agency is to bring that awareness that in our community there's still needs out there for firewood, especially in the senior population, and that as together as a community, we can meet that need.
Each year gets a little harder and a little harder, but just seeing this, I feel like one of the lucky ones.
Welcome back. Now that we're done complaining about daylight savings time, let's go on to something a little more cheerful. Our What's Happening on the Stage host, Marion Jeffery, is joining me to chat about, well, what's happening on the stage. So Marion, glad to have you here.
Hi, Steve.
And
I'm Keith, sorry.
Yeah, it's close enough. Anyway, I guess I start out with you. Just give me a rundown of what's going on in the theater community here in Nevada County right now.
Sure, I'd love to. I have 3 plays to tell you about today that are coming up in the near future.
Okay.
I'll start with the one that's closing first, and you only have till March 19th to get into this one. It's Beehive the Musical at Off Broad Street Theater. That's the theater that's in downtown Nevada City. Mm-hmm. They offer table service, and you can get dessert at intermission. The dessert is not included in the admission fee, but they're yummy. And Beehive the Musical is a tour of music and current events from the 60s. And it's a great time. It's always a great time there, so get your tickets soon. Coming up next, Sierra Stages is offering a unique adaptation of Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility. It opens this Thursday with a pay what you can night, and that means just what it sounds like. It's in the Nevada Theater. That's the historic building on the main drag of Nevada City. And this play has been called the greatest stage adaptation of this show in history. That was the Huffington Post. Like most Jane Austen, it has love triangles, humor, deception, and town gossips, which are quite creatively presented. Unlike most Jane Austen, it is not a simple read of the play, as you can just see here, but it is full of surprises and quite stylized. Like most Jane Austen, the primary theme is how to reconcile what society wants from you with what you want for yourself. So, an eternal theme.
Well, you were talking about all the deception and everything.
Yes.
That kind of describes Nevada County and Grass Valley.
You're right.
Nevada
I hadn't
City.
thought of that, but there you go.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'll let you go
No,
on.
that's okay. This one also has their actors play multiple characters, some of which are wildly varied. So I'll leave you that to find out.
All right.
The last show I want to mention is another shout out to A Midsummer Night's Dream, which will be presented on the big stage at the Center for the Arts for only 3 nights, 1 weekend in March. That's the 28th, 29th, and 30th. This is a joint production between the Center for the Arts and Lyric Rose Theater, and its purpose is to bring local productions back to the main stage and to bring Shakespeare back to Nevada County. And I'm in that one, so I hope to see you there too.
All right. Well, I was going to ask if any of these you were involved in.
Yeah, the Midsummer Night's Dream one I'm involved in.
What part are you playing in
I
that?
am playing Peter Quince. Midsummer Night's Dream has 1, 2, at least 3 major plot lines, and one of them is a troupe of actors who live in this town, and they all are just regular people. They do things like I'm a carpenter, but I'm also the lead of this local troupe, and we love to put on plays. So the Duke and Duchess are coming through town, and we get chosen to put our play on for them.
All right.
Yeah.
Playing for royalty, huh?
It's a play within a play, and we're playing for royalty.
All right. Good deal. tell me something. How many different venues are there here in Grass Valley, Nevada City?
For venues, well, the first one I mentioned was off Broad Street. They own their building, as far as I know, they own it. So only off, mostly. That's not true, not mostly. You can also rent that one out. I know some musicians who have done that. It's a lovely space. And then I also mentioned the Nevada Theater, which is the historic building on the main drag of Nevada City. And that is a much used venue, and anyone can rent that out as long as you can get on their calendar. And the Center for the Arts has just opened up. Before the reconstruction or the rebuilding, they were renting out a small theater on the back parking lot called Off Center Stage, and that one is now being made available again to local companies.
Well, I just not too long ago spoke to a lady from In Concert Sierra, and of course they're building a large facility, and she said that they'd hope they'd be able to coordinate with and to do some plays and whatnot on their stage. Are you talking to them about that?
I'm not personally, but the heads of companies are doing that. So there's regular communication going on there and regular tours. So I'm really looking forward to that. It
sounded like a wonderful place.
Doesn't it? It certainly does.
So, that sounds good. What other, besides the three that you mentioned, what else can we look forward to, say, in the next, during the summer months until, say, 6 months between now and September or October?
Well, I'm not exactly ready to talk about that because I'm not sure. And also, not all of the companies have announced their seasons.
Okay.
A company will say, this year we're going to do these 4 or 5 plays. And I haven't seen that from published yet. So, but I do know that in the middle of the summer, Sierra Stages is presenting Present Laughter, which is a hilarious farce. And they have auditions for that just next week. If anyone wants to come to audition, just go to their website, follow the instructions, and I'll see you there because I'm auditioning for that one too.
I was going to ask if you were going to audition. Now you seem to be on stage in front of the so to speak, in front of the cameras.
Yes.
Do you also are you working in the production side also? Or?
Not currently. When I went to university in theater, I did a lot of backstage work. I had a technical theater internship. So I worked in the shop. I had a key to the shop, but, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to proceed. I was looking at MFA programs and I thought, do I want to go into acting, directing, or do I want to go into technical theater because I love the design part? And a friend of mine said, well, you're already making your living as an actor, and that kind of decided it for me.
Okay.
Back then, you didn't need an MFA. You kind of need one now. But
well, I know we just had the Oscars, for example, on television, and besides the acting Oscars, there are Oscars given for writing, screenplay, art, costume design. Boy, it just goes on. The
it's
technical
so
part.
important. We can't do it without them. We're just the last step in a lot of steps. I just recently saw Fall Guy, and at the end of that movie, it looks like they list absolutely every person who worked on the show.
Oh, the movie Fall Guy.
The movie Fall Guy, yeah. And it was it was so warming. It just warmed my heart.
I used to love to watch that TV show.
This is a movie with Ryan Gosling. Did I get the right Ryan?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know. I think the television show was Lee Majors or somebody like that.
Oh, I remember Lee Majors.
Yeah, he was in that.
Bionic Man.
Yeah, but this was after Bionic Man, Great. Is there anything else you want to add?
Let's see. I would just add that one more thing. If please try to come to these theater productions, because with the coming cutbacks that the budget proposal is, a lot of these companies apply for and use grants from places like the Art Council. So if those get cut, it's going to be even harder to stay open.
Yeah. Well, I know that I've been to several of them, and they are not high priced.
Right, correct.
They're very affordable, and it's a very enjoyable evening out.
It is. So. It is, and and you can become a part of the theater-going audience. It's always They know each other. They may not know each other's names, but people recognize each other. And it's a wonderful communal experience to go to a stage play.
That's a lot of fun. I enjoy them very much myself. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Keith.
And we'll get back. Okay, folks, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now. If you would like to help contribute or write stories, appear on a show, or even become a host, please check out the details on our website at nevadacountymedia.org/ncn. This program is local news and information brought to you by local residents. So remember to stay safe, take care of each other, and get out there and explore all this community has to offer. Explore the theater, for example. All right, good night now. Bye.